Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to FF14 Heavensward. Last time, we finished up the Hildebrand questline, which means there's only one major patch cycle worth of quests to go. Now I say patch cycle because if you remember from A Realm Reborn, the 0.5 patch, the one that has the final bit of story before the next expansion, is always cut up into two parts. So we have basically patch 0.5 part 1 and then part 2. Also, I went back and checked my old footage. I did actually miss a dungeon. So when I do the optional dungeon for this patch cycle, because there is one in addition to one for the story, we're gonna be doing a 2-for dungeon. Gonna be fun there. Oh, one more thing. For those who have not seen the FF7 remake, I will post the same question here. The next major Let's Play for the channel is going to be Neo: The World Ends With You. Now, there is a demo for this out right now, and the progress in the demo can carry over to the main game. My question to you is, would you like me to start with the demo now, or wait till the game releases, I believe in about 3 to 4 weeks. It's the back end of July is when it comes out. So let me know in the comments below which one you guys want. And in the meantime, we'll be picking up the main story back here in Mordona. Looks like Tataru's got the quest to start off. Interesting. Why do I suddenly have a bad feeling about this? Tidings from Gir Abanya. There's a country not heard from in ages.
Ah, Dekumon, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise.
The Diamond Forge? Where the devil's the Diamond Forge? Oh, it's the north part of Mordona. Okay. Sure. Not sure what she's got planned, but I don't know, no problems here. That is the most generic minion I have seen in a long time. It's literally just a brick with bat wings and a little bat tail. And yet it's pretty much perfect. And now I must wait and relax and wait some more. All right, Tataru, what do you got planned?
I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments.
Am I about to get shot? Yeah, what are you planning here, girl? Uh-oh. Oh dear. It's an ambush!
Right, everyone, ready to go to work? No squirming now. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes. This part's about to get a little messy.
Oh my God, that look in her eyes. She's even got the evil laugh going. Oh, I thought I'd left us behind with Hildy. Oh, Tataru, thank you. Uh-oh. And I probably just got kidnapped. What the hell sounds going on? Tataru, what have you done to me? I need an adult?
There, all finished. The Warrior of Light's every measurement, from heroic head to intrepid toe.
Oh, I was getting measured. Okay. You didn't have to make it quite so sinister sounding, girl, seriously. What's with the ambush anyway?
Well, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Dekumon, all in good time.
Oh, hey, Ida.
Aha, found you.
Trying to tweak the voice here a wee bit.
Alphino wants everyone in the Solar for a meeting. I don't know what it's about, but he seemed to think it was very important. Go on, we have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting.
And that nod total has been shooting up there. I don't know. Could we potentially break 400 before the end of the series? We shall see. Oh, wow. I thought I'd actually have to walk back here, but it was nice enough to teleport me, and probably means active cutscene.
We're here. Did we miss anything?
Probably not.
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Urianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
That's good.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the warriors of darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
I think you're about to volunteer for this, Alphino.
Is that all? Oh, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
Yep.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention.
Aw, come on, man. You had to know this was coming.
As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Well, then who?
Should none of our numbers step forward? Must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede he might struggle to balance his new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
When did I do the last one? Yeah, I have no interest in being in charge of this ragtag group.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Interesting thought.
Oh my goodness, you're... Help! I need some help here!
Uh-oh. Tataru! Well, don't just stand there, guys, go!
Tataru, are you all right?
She's fine, but, that one there's not.
I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Oh, I recognize you. Although I don't think we've had,
God, how did... Yashola! Please, you have to help her.
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Yeah, I don't think we've had a proper introduction to her yet, but I definitely recognize her from my playtime and the other character. Ah, good to have magical healers about.
Now, we staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
Dang.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Yeah, well, the important thing is you survived, and so did your message.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Ala Mhigo resistance.
Yeah, I was right. We haven't been properly introduced, but Minago here will become fairly important when we get to Stormblood.
I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
Ah, crap.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Uh-huh.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Baelsar's wall from the Ala Mhigo side.
Oh. Ooh, that's not a good idea. Baelsar's wall is the giant Garlemald wall / fortress that separates Ala Mhigo from the rest of Eorzea. And Fortress does not begin to to describe this place. This is insane.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Ala Mhigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
It's a hell of a plan, but it's freaking crazy.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Well, we can do that.
Agreed. I should depart for Limsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She would duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emmerich and encourage him to send an envoy.
Oh, okay. I thought I was just going to be going straight to Baelsar's wall and kicking some ass, but all right.
Tataru, Kryl, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed.
Yeah, knowing Monago, probably a little more of a headache than you imagine. This girl's a bit of a
I
firebrand.
believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
All right. So I'm headed off to Ishgard,
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end.
That's Papiamo's voiceover.
The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice.
Ooh. And a sneaky nod there.
'Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied.
You know, could you stop with this? You're making me worried,
And
game.
so I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
Yeah, I'm halfway between believing Papiamo's either gonna die in the next few quests, or he's gonna turn traitor on us. Jesus. He'd be so melodramatic. Anyway, I need to head to Ishgard and talk to Emmerich. Well, I suppose I need to get to Lucia first before I can get to Emmerich.
Greetings, Warrior of Light. What business brings you to Ishgard?
Things about to go down.
I see. Wait here. I will summon Sir Emmerich.
Here we go. I didn't expect voice acting here.
It is good to see you, my friend. 'Tis but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. But to business. I thank you for bringing these developments in Ala Mhigo to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make. Not mine alone, at any rate.
Ah, that's right. You guys have the whole House of Commons, House of Lords thing, and I bet there's going to be a vote.
Given the imminence of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly, but I will still need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to proceeding. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements?
Hey, it's not my schedule.
I thank you. Our representative, whomever we select, will require a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Handalu that he is to lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Dekumon, pray accompany Lucia to the Gates of Judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury speed you on your way.
Tidings from Girabania. That one's done. I believe there are 5 quests total for this half, but I doubt I will get to all of them simply due to the fact that there is a dungeon somewhere mixed in here, so that may be the cutoff point. Anyway, an envoy for Ishgard. I wonder who it'll be.
If you have no other business in the city, join me at the Gates of Judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives.
At any rate, I'm not sure who the envoy is going to be. Maybe it'll be Emmerich himself. Maybe it'll be Ed. Kind of nice if it'd be Ed. Well, there's Lucia, but I'm not seeing any envoy unless she got to be the envoy. Well, all right, moment of truth. It's Emmerich himself. Wow. We meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. No, not I concede that there was ever any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone, not with the ink scarce dry in the Republic's Book of Statutes. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. No, it's perfectly understandable. Wonder who's running Dragonhead now that Horshafont's not here anymore.
The garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany me, Dekumon? You may see a familiar face.
Eh? Well, I'll be. Oh my goodness. Oh, talk about failing upwards. Ah, oh, crap, I'll use your voice again. You had the super squeaky one.
Dekumon, old boy. How wonderful to see you. And Sir Emmerich too. To what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I will have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchens at once, if you will excuse.
No. Nay, do not trouble yourself, Honore. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will.
Yes, Lord Commander.
And as always, they do love this little zoom out gag.
These villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing to to an Imperial.
Yeah, be careful who you say that to. Lucia might actually take some offense.
And thus we shall strengthen our patrols as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Frankel and the Observatorium.
I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. I was not expecting him to be here. Uh-oh.
I'm surprised to see yours truly at the helm.
Yeah, actually.
You and me both, old boy. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat.
Oh, jeez. God, man, don't bring that up.
Yet, we can but play the hand we're dealt, and with a little help from the veterans, and Honorate's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old boy. Off to Gridania with you. Shoo, go on.
You might actually make a decent commander someday. The E-Threat Plazas are always so full of life around here.
Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions, but I find that I am as enraptured by the Black Shroud's beauty now as when first I laid eyes upon it. I fear that this time, however, events shall not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest.
No, I can't imagine. An allied decision. Okay, yep, things are about to go straight to heck on me.
It seems we are to have an escort to the Lotus Stand. A pleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Yes, of course. 'Tis like that we are the last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we?
We got my little honor guard here with me. Let me guess, you're gonna make me walk, aren't you? Yep, thought so. Alright. I know where this is. It's over by the Conjurer's Guild. Game always has me come here.
The envoy from Ishgard has arrived. Very good. This way you flee. Ah, and the Lemitsen party as well.
Oh, I guess we weren't the last to arrive. Admiral? Yugiri?
I had hoped to slip in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich.
Admiral, always a pleasure.
And Dekumon, I trust you are well. 'Tis a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort.
Ah, Yugiri.
Master Dekumon, I was glad to hear from Rio that the missing scions have now been found.
Yep, got them all back. At least all the ones we can get back.
There is much and more I would discuss with you, but first, let us attend to the issue at hand. Shall we?
And another group nod, and in we go. Most likely to a voice-acted cutscene. Yeah, I can't imagine this one being not voice-acted. There's way too many major players here.
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Yeah, unimpeachable, though a little mangled for getting here.
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This Griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Baelsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
You kidding? The Imperials just looking for an excuse to start something here.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
Uh-huh, exactly.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove.
Yes?
Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
Well, I'll be.
The Doman people, too, would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
That's actually very comforting. Doman Shinobi are scary when they want to be.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
That's right. Here we go.
The Council knows that Ala Mhigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defences seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one.
Yet
something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
Ooh. Got us a chess master here, huh? Scary thought there. Alright, now what?
That the Council will be able to reach an accord so swiftly is a heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings prove unfounded.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, good. You have yet to depart. I feared I had missed you.
Sir Emmerich!
Master Alphino, a pleasure as always. And Mistress Alice, how wonderful to see you thus recovered.
Ah, that's right. The last time he saw Alice, she was dealing with the Warrior of Darkness arrow in her side. And no good there.
Pardon the interruption. I had hoped to thank Dekumon for serving as our escort before other duties called him away. I always wish to thank our Domin ally.
Oh! Yugiri doing the sneaky shinobi thing, huh?
Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation, and force of habit made me keep to the shadows. No apologies are necessary, Mr. Sugiri. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance's pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the Elder Seedseer to accept us both. I very much appreciate the gesture. I only did my duty, Sir Emmerich. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. And full glad we are to have you. Pray convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishgard.
Yeah, he's got to get a regiment ready for war.
Whatever is wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mayhap the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Revenant's Toll, Yugiri? Actually, I think I shall first pay a brief visit to the East Shroud. I am curious to know how Papiamo and Ida fared in their talks with the Sylphs, not to mention what has been going on at Baelsar's Wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones anon.
I half expected to be going along with Alphino, but no. Back to the Rising Stones we go. Wow, this questline's going a lot faster than I thought it would.
Welcome back, Dekumon. I don't know about you, but I am heartily glad that all of the talking is over. I understand that these council meetings are important, but do you not find it tiresome to have to weigh every word before you speak it? I doubt I will ever feel at home in the realm of politics.
Yeah, pretty much the same here.
That said, people have been known to change, and if my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible.
That's kind of true, actually. That's kind of true. Wow. Wow. Do I call it here, or do I keep moving on? You know what? Let's keep going. It hasn't been long enough yet. Griffin on the... Oh, yeah. No, we're headed for the dungeon.
Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we head inside. My brother and the others will not be long.
Maybe we'll just go right up to the dungeon and then we'll call it. I don't know. See how much longer I got. Oh, this is not voice acted.
Ah, you are returned from the council. But what of Alphino? Did some other matter require his attention?
I do not like having to voice this many scions. I start getting voices confused.
My apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Kyle, how's Nago doing? She will be alright, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Tataru is keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I am certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that! Now, mayhap you would share with us the Council's decision. Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Eorzean Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial caught between the Resistance and the Alliance. Ida, you cannot seriously! One does not lightly go to war with the Gallian Empire.
Wow. Was that almost a Mordor meme right there, Papiamo? Damn.
Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. If only there was some way to reach the Griffin. Some means to convince him to abandon this reckless course.
Cue Deus Ex Machina. Right?
It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Baelsar's wall, secret passages dug by the resistance to provide a way out of Ala Mhigo, which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the route, and the resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want, I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal.
That's not mine. It's been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi, and I do not intend to waste the opportunity.
4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Kryl and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of you, lever yours? I will return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worse, 'twould seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, Dekumon? Gridania will be safer for your presence. And while it might not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask that you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on?
Really? Wow. Regale her to the back lines.
To hold the fort, you mean? Very well. I suppose the task must fall to someone.
And Tataru just looks up and is like, what am I, chopped liver?
Safe travels, all of you.
Where is Tataru? Oh, right, no, she's watching Managa right now. Something tells me this is going to be an explosive mission.
If you have any unfinished business at the toll, pray attend to it now. I will depart for the Hawthorn Hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Baelsar's wall, and I should be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top.
Probably not a bad idea. You gonna have me talk to anybody here? Nope, going straight to Hawthorn Hut.
Ah, Dekumon, there you are. Come, Emmerich's spire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments on the wall.
Oh, hey. There's our infiltration crew. Fancy meeting you two here. We were about to set forth.
Indeed, I was about to say 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alphino. We'll have the Griffin by the scruff of his neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Ida. Nearly a moment ago, you seemed ready to shake the Griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So which is it to be? It would be best to decide before we enter into negotiations. Trust me, Papiamo. I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part I leave to you.
God dang it, Ida. Yeah, pretty much the same feeling right there.
I think I feel a headache coming on. Let us be on our way, shall we?
Kinda glad I'm not part of that group.
Some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news for us.
Sounds good to me.
Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you are here to speak with our commanding officers. You will find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed.
Alright. Here we go. Something tells me it's gonna go really wrong really fast. Well, I'll be danged. It's Pippin!
Ah, crap. What voice did you have? Greetings, my friends. It is good to see you both well.
Oh, and Hilda, too.
I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here, see? And the sight of you might help remind him why we bothered.
And even Rasha. Wow. Man, we're just getting all the familiar faces here.
If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of the Grand Melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honor it is to stand at your side. 'Tis heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet.
Man, talk about famous last words there. That is anything but quiet. That is the wall on fire.
Report. What? 7 hells. Fighting has broken out on top of the wall. A full-scale assault. So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. And what's that supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors.
What?
Impossible! We gave no such order.
Oh, son of a bitch. And I think Alfredo just picked up the same thing.
Of course! The wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to this deception. If those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched the offensive. This could mean war.
Son of a bitch.
Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin's supporters to slip into Ala Mhigo. He could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Dekumon, we must make for the wall at once.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What? Just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin. And if we can do that... Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? Ha! I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm.
Here we go. Well, I did not expect to actually be getting to this dungeon today, but the quest went a little faster than I thought. So, into the dungeon we go, I suppose. Ooh. Ooh, man, these guys are actually doing pretty good. I don't want to root for them, but, you know, I don't want to root for the Garleans either, so god dang it. Uh-oh, and there's our boy the Griffin. The real Griffin this time. No faker like what we had before.
Forward, comrades! The time has come to drive the Empire from Ala Mhigo and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Ala Mhigo will be free, no matter the cost.
It's about as close as we can get from the looks of it.
From what Papiamo told me, the trail ahead should lead us to the shadow of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straight away for the tunnels and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there were any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reason, by any means necessary. Once we are free of the tunnels, we will make for your position with all due haste. And if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us all the way to safety. I only pray that we have enough time.
Same here. Alright, here we go. Baelsar's Wall, now accessible, the last story dungeon for Heavensward. We do have the two optional dungeons, but we will deal with those at a later date. Alright, Duty Finder, Baelsar's Wall. Here we go. Marking the border between the Black Shroud and Girabania, The legacy of Gaius van Baelsar is a towering monument to imperial tyranny, and now smoke rises from its iron crenellations. In a bid to drag the armies of Eorzea into the struggle for Ala Mhigan liberation, the Griffin and his resistance fighters have disguised themselves in Grand Company uniforms and laid siege to Baelsar's wall. While Alphino seeks to call your companions back from their now meaningless mission of diplomacy, you must descend the war-torn foundation by the swiftest route possible and persuade the Griffin, by force if necessary, to abandon his reckless ambition. Alright. Item level for this one is 230, so I will not be down synced, and this actually will be the most challenging dungeon we have had thus far.